Yesterday, I attended my aunt's celebration of life, and my uncle shared with me a testimony that occurred 40 something years ago. He used to have a neighbor named Ernest, and Ernest was a black man about 70 years old, and he got out on his front porch every day and was drunk and would argue and cuss at another neighbor who was out on her porch every day drunk, and this went on every day. And one day my aunt invited Ernest over for Thanksgiving dinner, and when my uncle found out about it, he was upset. He started making excuses. He's like, he's just going to show up drunk, he's going to be belligerent, he's going to be this or that, to the point she got frustrated and was like, well, then tell him not to come. And he said, man, you can't uninvite someone to Thanksgiving dinner. So he showed up on Thanksgiving, door knocked, my uncle opened the door, and there Ernest was, in a suit, all dressed really nice. And he came in, and they had such a lovely evening. Ernest was so polite, and he told stories of his life. You see, Ernest grew up in a family with 18 children, and he ran away when he was 9 years old. He hopped on a freight train and went all the way to New York. And when he got there, he said, Ernest, you done got yourself lost. And then he said, wait, I can't be lost. I don't have a home. There's nobody missing me, nobody to go back to. He said, I guess wherever I'm at, that's going to be home. And he told stories of his life, and he just captivated them the whole evening, to the point where they followed him all the way to the door when he went to leave. And so they were so surprised and thankful that he had been there that evening. And so the next day came around, and my uncle got a knock on the door, and it was Ernest. Ernest was standing there, and he said, I wanted to thank you, mister, for inviting me to Thanksgiving dinner. He said, in my whole life, nobody's ever invited me to Thanksgiving dinner. He said, that's my first one. He said, I wanted to thank you. It was so special to me. And he turned around and he walked off. And my uncle said, he felt about this big because of the things he had said. And he went back to my aunt and he said, you can invite whoever you want to dinner. And he'd had a heart change. And so I urge you, be kind to others. You never know what kind of difference you're going to make in their life. Small gestures can make big changes. Thank you, guys.